Okay, hello everyone, my name is Evan and this is my presentation of my learning in MPX. Before we start, I want to say that MPX has been an incredible program for me. I've learned a lot throughout the semester and the skills that I've attained here allowed me to succeed further in my career as a student. So I have arranged the skills that I've learned and the progress that I've made in MPX into a slideshow, as well as a cartoon story that is analogous to it. My story is about an amateur mountaineer named Rob who challenges to climb the most prestigious mountain. During his climb, he has faced many challenges as well as difficulties and many life-threatening scenarios too. Will he make it to the summit? We'll be able to find out as the presentation starts here at Very Long. The first thing I learned in MPX, as well as the most important thing, is collaboration. Here is an example of collaborative work. It is our hydroponic project. In this project, we were assigned into groups of 4 or 5 students to construct a working hydroponic system. And I enjoyed this project because it pushed me to work in a designated team and collaborate with my peers. In the process of making this project, each one of us in the group was assigned to a specific role. For instance, since I am good at math drawing, my job in the group is to design the system. This includes drawing the design itself, measuring some supplies, and doing some calculations so that the components will fit in together properly. I have my weaknesses too. I am unfamiliar with a lot of mechanical tools that are used to construct this system, but a lot of my peers from my group are experts in this area and they help me with it too. So with the advantages and disadvantages of each person, we managed to utilize our strengths and avoided our weaknesses at the same time. Here's an analogy story. My protagonist, Rob, is accompanied by 2 scouts who both have past experiences in climbing this mountain. Although Rob did not have much experiences, he is very strong and has great stamina. At the beginning of the climb, the foot of the mountain wasn't very steep, so Rob was high for his climbing, so he charged to the front and climbed very quickly. After a few minutes, Rob got tired and sick due to the sudden changes of altitude. Rob managed to recover after climbing up under the instructions of the scouts. However, the scouts were getting tired since they were carrying heavy belongings all along. Rob felt guilty for causing a mess, so he offered to share the belongings too. Together, the team moved their way to Camp 1. The next thing they are learning in MPX is to collect and analyze data from disparate disciplines in order to apply it into problem solving. The artifact that I chose for this genre of learning is the scientific infographics that we made in Mr. Kanebo's class. For all the infographics that we made in this class, we were required to make a connection between the scientific statistics or facts and in the real world event, then apply it into our learning and problem solving. For instance, we made an infographic on the topic of why do plants need water. And my partner and I gathered sources from both the notes taken in class and information that we browsed from the internet, as well as a news story that we found on the newspaper. With all the information that we gathered together, we were able to grasp a more in-depth and complete understanding of what plants require to survive. And for instance, we managed to find out the minimum space between 2 plants that is required for them to grow. And we applied this useful knowledge into our construction of hydroponic system. at Camp 1, the three climbers discuss their climbing strategies and the route that they will be climbing on the next day. The two scouts both gave out the routes that they had been taken before on their previous expeditions. Rob, on the other hand, presented to them with a route that he found on the climbing guides pamphlet, and the three of them discussed the advantages and disadvantages of each route, and they managed to find out the most ideal one together. Being able to maintain a positive mindset in learning has always been an obstacle for me. I could be easily stressed out while being challenged by many difficulties. The artifact that I chose for this genre of learning is my cohort OSCE project. I was assigned into a group of 4 students to complete this project. However, it was flu season during that time, and a lot of my teammates were missing out classes to finish this project time. And I had been very high demanding for my work, and I was under a lot of stress when I found out that my partners couldn't finish it on time, and it almost made me freak out, and it was bad for me. I was not being able to maintain a positive mindset in learning, and I may have put a lot of pressure on other students. The weather group works as a team ascended to the next camp. Rob went separated as the snowstorm struck him. Rob looked around, he could not find any footprints nor fixed ropes. He nearly lost hope, the thoughts of dying from running out of oxygen or getting frostbitten on his knee. Embrace appropriate risk. So I have always been a risk taker in the process of my learning, and the artifact that I chose for this genre of learning is my memorial project. So in this project, we were asked to create a monument or memorial to memorialize the people or events or issue in the history of the United States. And we chose the topic of black and white equality within the military specifically. And then this is our design. We made this using the app named Tinkercad, and it has been a challenge for us because the app only provided us with basic and symbol shapes, and then it was hard to utilize these shapes to create human-like figurines. Additionally, we wanted to include many details on our memorial, but they turned out to be very delicate and fragile, and they became an issue in the process of coloring too. Though with the existing problems that we are facing, I still embrace the risks of failing this project, and we continue to work on this. Rob was still stranded on the snowy mountain after as nighttime approached. He did not find any fixed ropes. Desperate for safety, he decided to look around. Fortunately, Rob found a bundle of ropes hanging from the cliff, and it was good news for him because he knew that it was a route that others had taken before. However, the cliff was full of snow and ice. The surface was just too slippery for an amateur like him to climb alone. However, Rob has no other choices, so he embraced the risk and climbed up the cliff. Self-assess progress and communicate my feelings to others. For this genre of learning, the artifact that I chose is a picture of us doing the Socratic circles. In the Socratic circle, because I think this is the best way to demonstrate my communication skills. In the Socratic circle, we listen closely to others' comments on certain topics. We then think critically, articulate our thoughts, and then make comments or arguments as a response. In a Socratic circle, I will be able to ask questions. I will be able to ask questions and make arguments if I possess a degree of understanding to others on the topic. However, on the other hand, I could also listen to what others think on certain topic as they express their opinions too. So as a team, we work together. We find out answers. We will be able to find answers to questions that don't necessarily have a specific answer, and find out whether or not we are on the right track of thinking when we are communicating our learnings. So.
Continue.
Okay, sorry. And then Rob continued his ascent after he climbed up the nearly lost hope in finding all of his teammates. Suddenly he saw these two sparks of light in the distance and heard two men yelling his name. They were the scouts. Then I encamped the three of them discussed their climbing experiences together, and the scouts told them that he could have died from climbing up that cliff. And eventually the team made their final ascent to the summit the next day, and they climbed up the mountain successfully. Both Rob and I needed to exhibit my skills from the learner's profile in order to survive and achieve our goals. Just like him, in spite of the fact that I possess some of the skills from the learner's profile, but there are many areas that I needed to work on too, and there are a lot more things that is waiting for me to explore as a learner. Thank you.